When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-616-8010. That's 1-800-616-8010. Again, 1-800-616-8010. Call now.
Did you ever look at the stains in your coffee cup and then realize that's exactly what happens to your teeth? Power Swabs is the 5-minute solution to get your teeth white without visiting the dentist. This is Ben Gordon with Power Swabs, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, all it takes is 5 minutes with Power Swabs. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. It's clinically proven to whiten natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. The secret is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try Power Swabs risk-free, call 1-800-291-5140. That's 1-800-291-5140. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-291-5140. That's 1-800-291-5140.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. Woo! There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
You're listening to The Rod Eccles Show.
And I have found the item I was looking for. Why and how? Well, simply because I am a talented broadcast professional. It took years to get to this level of proficiency. Just saying, it didn't happen overnight. This is no. I know a lot of people are probably out there saying, "Well, if Rod can do it, I can do it." It's not something you can do overnight. You got to practice. Kind of like getting those nimble fingers and stretching your fingers in order to practice the piano, and you got to keep practicing all those keys. Same thing. You got to practice before you can actually get on the air. I'm just, it takes learning. You have to learn how to do all this stuff. And thus, when you've had years and years and years of learning and practice and dedication, then you too shall be a professional broadcast specialist, just like myself. Just saying. You can do it. You just have to be dedicated. But I know that there are some people out there, man, he's just really arrogant, isn't he, honey? They don't understand the nature of being facetious, but some of you will, and most of you that will be on the right side of the political aisle. Anyway, welcome back, folks. Again, the number is toll-free 603-835-3224 if you wish to join me here live on the program. Here's the story from IJReview.com. Boston activists who are part of the Black Lives Matter social movement. Every time I read that or hear that social movement, it causes me to pause because it is some of the biggest BS that I have ever heard. It's not a social it's not a social movement. It is a social hijacking, and it is domestic terrorism. Yeah, I call it like I see it. Black Lives Matter are a domestic, non-violent terrorist group. We want to call it, if we're going to start saying everybody's a terrorist, well, yeah, for now, Black Lives Matter seems to be, they seem to be pretty much nonviolent, and all the violence that happens in certain places, I don't think is because of Black Lives Matter. They may be instigating some of it. I don't know. I'm not on the ground in some of those places, but for the most part, especially when they're doing this type of interrupting, they're nonviolent. So they're a nonviolent terrorist organization, and as many ultra-liberal left-wing groups are, many of them are nonviolent terrorist groups because they terrorize people. You don't see a bunch of, conservatives running up to somebody else's microphone and interrupting them and keeping them from giving a speech or doing whatever that they came to do. It always seems to be on the left. That's a terrorist type of tactic in my book. But anyway, so it's not a social movement. It's social terrorism, nonviolent social terrorism. And movement was the civil rights with Dr. Martin Luther King. That was a movement. This is not a movement. But anyway, I digress. Black Lives Matter social movement, social terrorist movement, planned to interrupt Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton at a New Hampshire campaign event earlier today, according to the New Republic, which exclusively reported the group's plan, which included the following question, because they wanted to ask her, they wanted to ask Hillary this question. Y'all see what I did there? I said ax instead of ask. Yes, I know how to pronounce ask, but it just emphasizes what I wanted to say by speaking in the urban colloquialism. Ask this question. The activists said they plan to ask let me reread that. The activists said they plan to ask several questions, including, can you give at least one tangible example of how you expect to reverse the health and human services disaster you orchestrated in impoverished urban non-white communities through the domestic war on drugs policy that you've championed as FLOTUS and as senator? Whoa. You got a leftist group attacking a leftist candidate for, well, as they put it, white supremacy. And, Hillary's, she was out there before in her first presidential campaign saying, I ain't no ways tired. I've come too far. Well, I guess Black Lives Matter think you ain't come far enough. I probably shouldn't speak in that urban dialect. I could probably be construed as being condescending. But, and I probably should stop using big words like that. Yeah, I did have somebody once tell me that. Rod, you sound too educated when you use big words. You can't use big words. And all you're doing is trying to show off. Oh, like show off what? I'm showing off that I actually got a halfway decent edumacation. Yeah, see what I did there? So I'm supposed to be ashamed that I actually got a decent education and I actually learned something. And I'm supposed to be ashamed of the fact that I kept learning after I got out of high school and college. And I continued to expand my vocabulary, and I continued to expand my knowledge base in different subjects. I'm supposed to be ashamed of that? Well, I don't sit around thinking of big fancy words to say. I mean, I fully realize that sometimes I need to sort of dumb down my talk, because a lot of people, especially younger generation, they don't understand. If you have a word that's more than 2 syllables long, they'll just look at you with deer eyes and go, huh? But I don't try to sound I don't sound overly edgy. Look, you lefties out there who are in academia, you guys try to sound like you're overly educated. Yeah, now of course you don't say that you're overly educated, but that's exactly what you are, because I have a PhD in this and a PhD in that and a doctorate in this and a doctorate in that, and I got a master's here and a master's there. Oh yeah, in that final degree, it's just a little bachelor's degree. It don't mean nothing. You get that. You get that a lot. And I know I'm African American, so I'm not supposed to be that intelligent, according to the left. I'm not. I'm not supposed to have a high IQ. I'm supposed to be I should be trying to perfect my rhyme and rhythm so I can be a rapper. And that's not, rapper is not, for those of you in Rush Limbaugh's Ria Linda, that's not the thing that you put around like a candy bar or something. No, I'm sorry, it's not a rapper anymore. You're a hip-hop artist. I should be perfecting my skills to be hip-hop, I guess. But anyway, over the weekend, the movement's activists shut down Bernie Sanders' rally in Seattle, but the plan in New Hampshire was not initially as successful, according to CNN reporter Dan Marica. And this is what Dan Marica tweeted. He tweeted, the doors to Hillary Rodham Clinton, HRC. This is what they call HRC. She could be a hip-hop artist with the HRC. If somebody, I'm going to put out a request. If somebody can put the words of Hillary Clinton from her, Hillary Clinton, and put it into a hip hop or rap song, I'd greatly appreciate it. We'll call her the HR. We'll call her HRC, Master HRC. They don't use Master anymore, do they? We'll put her and Iggy Azalea together. How's that? Now, the doors to HRC's event have been closed by USSS due to capacity per an aide. In other words, they're saying the reason why Black Lives Matter protesters didn't get in is because they reached capacity, which is not true. Clinton aide, another tweet from Dan Marica. Clinton aide confirms that an overflow room was set up at her Keene event. Unclear if Black Lives Matter folks got in. Evidently, they didn't. Now,